Hello my guys and girls and MB Pals, welcome back to Magical Shit Show. It's the early morning over here. My hair looks weird because I just took a shower. You might have heard of it already, because it's making its way through social media right now, especially TikTok. I think it's called Randonautica, which is an app that was made public. I think it's still in beta. Made public early this year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let me show you the app real quick. The app isn't really very vast or anything. I just got it myself, so I don't know how it works really myself. It's still figuring this out. So, Randonautica is an app that uses your GPS location to explore your surroundings, kind of like Ingress or Pokemon Go, except it's not much of a game. It's more like a tool that you use that can help you just waste time or explore your surroundings in a way that you haven't looked at it yet, or even find some spiritual meaning in shit, because the intended use is that it gives you a random location in a chosen field around your position or your location. And you're supposed to make up an intent, they call it, for what you find at that random location once you get there. The intent can be whatever you want it to be. It can be just a random word, it can be a phrase, a question, whatever. And the experiment that this whole thing is, in a way, is just seeing if at the end of the location, at the end of the journey you're taking to that location, if you can find something there that relates to your intent that you made up, that you completely made up, that could be anything at all. So I think this whole game originated, or this whole app originated of the idea of experimenting with the ability to not predict randomness, but manipulate it. If you can manipulate randomness in some way, dude, you can read into this community and their essays and psychological research things and all of that stuff related to experiments that are similar to this, all about manipulating randomness in some way or another. But the basic idea of this app is it gives you a random location near you. You make up an intent, which could be anything, and you see if at the random location, once you get there, you can find something that relates to that intent. And there's a community about this, sharing what they found, and some of it is interesting. Obviously, if you look at it logically, it's all coincidence, but it is funny. It can be fun to see how what you find randomly or coincidentally relates to the intent you set yourself when you began the journey, you know? Also, aside from that, you have a reason to go out and look at the surroundings near you, which you probably never have looked at before properly, right? That's kind of the deal. The random locations that this can give you, there are 3 different kinds. Yeah, this is a chatbot that like helps you find stuff, which is kind of a weird way to do it instead of like normal menus and shit. Here we go. There are 3 kinds of random locations you can ask for. The anomaly, the attractor, and the void. An attractor is a location of high density of quantum points. I don't really get what that means. Quantum points are randomly generated numbers. By measuring the electromagnetic field fluctuations of virtual particles in a vacuum. I have no idea what the fuck they are talking about when they say this. These truly random numbers are then converted into a coordinate location somewhere in your vicinity. At the end of the day, it means to get a random location near you, you go there and you see what you find. And the people sharing this on communities have posted some interesting shit. My favorite one that I've seen so far is somebody got a random location with the intent happiness. They wanted to find happiness, and what they ended up finding at the location, once they got there, was a deflated emoji balloon. That's funny, that's a very funny coincidence. But there are other stories about more serious shit. This app kind of became popular and first started going around the internet when somebody on TikTok used it, played the game, went to the random location and found a fucking corpse. But at the end of the day, it just sounds like a fun little activity to do and just see what you can find. It's a little bit of a modern way adventure. It's like going fucking what's it called? It's like going geocaching, but without necessarily finding a treasure that somebody else has hidden. So this is the introduction video for this entire thing.
The world is a big, majestic place. Wide open spaces, sprawling cities, and unbelievable nature is ours to discover. But how much have you really explored? What if there was more wonder to wander in? What if the mind, your mind, and your thoughts had an impact on the world around you? The Randonauts are a group of curious explorers around the world who think this might be the case. They test this theory with the help of a quantum random number generator and Mother Nature. The results of the Randonaut journeys can only be called a phenomenon at this point. So here's how this works. Use the Randonautica app to access a QRNG or quantum random number generator, which, you guessed it, generates a truly random number in the form of coordinates. The app can limit the radius of the quantum point so that we're able to explore the world directly around us without driving all day. And to make things even more interesting, randonauting isn't just about exploring the world around us. It's also produced some pretty interesting synchronicities or coincidences.
It's a beautiful new word.
Theorizing the quantum process may even be influenced by the user's thoughts and consciousness. This is why we ask our randonauts to set an intention for their journey before using the app. These intentions can be big or small, grand or trivial. Either way, we want to see what happens. So keep your eyes open and let's get ready for a real-world adventure.
You ready for this, hotshot?
Okay, I'm about to go out on my errand, so let's try to get our first location. So is this what we have close to me? 4 anomalies, 5 attractors, 5 voids. And I still don't know really what they are, I guess. So I guess anomalies are what they kind of suggest or recommend to go for, so let's just do that. I'm gonna go for 200, 2000. Set your intention. Before you embark on your adventure, take a moment to set an intention for your trip. This can be a word or phrase to help create the story for the journey ahead. Use your clear mind, focused thought, and visualization. When you're done, hit start and the QRNG will quantumly generate your destination. So what do I want to use as my first intention for my first Randonautica location? Do I want to go for a question? Do I want to go for something very specific? Do I want to go for something more broad? I think for my first location, for my first intention, I'm just gonna go for love. Or better yet, a heart. I'm gonna go for a heart. That's broad enough, I guess. So let's see where I'm supposed to go with that. Here we go. That's not too far away at all. It's actually conveniently close to where I have to go anyway. It's a building, which I probably can't enter, but I guess I will see what the building is. Alright, let's fucking go. Hahaha. So I went there, and it was just a very, very mundane residential building. There was absolutely nothing special about it from the outside. I could see a thing that would mean anything. Nothing that would relate to the intention of heart or love. If I really wanted to reach for something and stretch my imagination, I could go for a car that was parked in front of it that had the license plate number 666, which is a number that the license plate of my first car also had. Also, it's part of my phone number. Also, it's linked to Satan, and everybody loves Satan, of course, so I could kind of make something up between love and that number, I guess. But then again, the location pointer was pointing to the building itself and inside the building. So I feel like that's too much of a stretch to take that. There was also a nice building around the corner a few meters away that has a really nice reddish purple paint job that completely stood out of the rest of the neighborhood, which I could kind of take as a connection to love or heart. But again, it's kind of a stretch and it's even further away from the actual location point, so I don't feel like this first trip was very successful. The intention, harsh noise. Today's a merch bow day. Today's a fucking, you know, can you see that? I'm wearing my merch bow merch. Today is definitely a merch bow day. So let's just go with the intention harsh noise. So maybe it's some indication, something that has connection with harsh noise, or maybe a good place to listen to harsh noise too, something like that. I'm focusing on my intent. I'm listening to Merzbow right now. Okay, that's closer. Oh no! That's the red light district. I don't think it's immediately in the red light district, but it's like there. It's very close to it. I don't know if I don't know if I should partake in a morning stroll to the red light district. Oh my fucking god. See how far I'm gonna get, so... Oh boy, yeah, that's fucking... To be fair, that place probably is a good harsh noise location. Again, I don't think the location that I got is actually in the main part of it, but it's very close. And I could very much imagine that that's actually a fitting place for the intention that I had. Oh boy, it's still in the morning. I hope it's too early to get mugged. So the thing is, I could go like up there and through there, which would be walking past the red light district immediately. But I'm probably gonna go down here and then like through the back door, I guess. I still don't really understand what the fuck the void is supposed to mean. Like, it's the opposite of a tractor or whatever, a place with the least amount of, I don't know, quantum physics points or whatever, but I don't really know what the fuck how that translates to normal speak. The cobblestone street and train tracks behind those bushes. Definitely never have been to this part of town. I do have to say, I don't like that the location is again in a building or a parking lot or something. I probably can't actually get to the location exactly. At least it's not a residential building, I think, this time. I just realized I think I know where I'm going. This seems like it's the industrial part behind the red light district. This is the main red light district part there. I'm going behind that, so it's probably not going to be that interesting, honestly. Home stretch almost there. I realized though that I have definitely taken more of a detour than I needed to. But then again, I can need the exercise. Because here's a little like park area right next to industrial shit. Yeah, so like I said, we're definitely moving towards an industrial part of the town. It's definitely not as much of red light district, even if it's just a few meters away, but we're definitely going to an industrial side. Again, it's probably pretty fitting for the harsh noise intent though. so I guess I can't really complain. And it also kind of makes sense that the red light district is so close to it, because harsh noise, in all of its edginess at points, definitely has a lot of overlap with more vulgar things. And yeah, I'm still listening to Rozwell the entire time. Ugly government buildings, nothing too interesting about it. Sure, it has a specific aesthetic, but I'm not falling in love with it right now. Yeah, this is a parking lot, which I won't access if I even could, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want me to. So I'm just gonna peek in from the outside. Okay, so we're pretty much here. So the location is the Siemens parking lot. So harsh noise, sure. It's industrial, that's kind of close. Not a very interesting visitor spot though. Would say this was more successful than the last trip though. So it was definitely a more interesting trip. I have to go back though. Still have to do some errands, run some errands. And I'm thinking of going back the red light district way. Maybe you'll get to see some red light district visuals after all. I have every respect for sex workers, but the surroundings is dubious when it comes to safety. Interestingly, a few very vital bus lines go right through the red light district, so even if you're just on the way to work every morning, you might get a glimpse of the entire billboards, of the LED lights, the neon lights. There we go. It smells like shit here. This is a parking lot. This is the main city walks for gas, electricity and shit. And that's immediately where some of the red light district buildings begin. There we go. You can also get some nice cuisine here. I have a friend who swears that the food there isn't that bad. I don't know why he's coming here, because I'm pretty sure he's not visiting the actual the service buildings here. God almighty. So I'm reaching the inner part of my city again, where it becomes mundane and normal. Also joining me on this exciting, high-tech red light district vlog, I guess. I don't know. See you. Bye bye.